wide called by umpire Paul Reynolds. You can see what Barry McCarthy's trying to do there. He's got almost a deep backward point. His offside sweeper is very square. The field is certainly set to be hiding the ball well outside off, but according to Mr. Reynolds, McCarthy just strayed too far.
Yeah, I've got two sweepers on the offside. It's a little bit unusual. It's a deep backward point and almost a deep forward point, and looks like they're going to go bowl full and wide with long off and long on in case he drags it around the corner. Again, that's full and wide. Flirting with the wide line out there, but just inside.
The one risk you take with this field is that if you are offering that much width, it doesn't take a lot to beat Andy McBride at short third there. We have seen plenty of nicks go through that area, especially with towards the tail end now as well. It is something you see a lot of when the tail is batting in T20 cricket, that you have that third back on the rope, but Ireland don't have it here.
As you can see, he's not even in screen there. Although through Lorcan Tucker's legs, and it's gone through for 4 byes. He'll be disappointed with that, Tucker.
Well, that is the ball, isn't it, with this field? You can't really offer too much pace, like I said, in case they do get that nick bowling to the tail, and it's a pretty good cutter from Barry McCarthy. Digs it in, bowls wide to his field, and yeah, it's one of those tough ones that just lands, just bounces again close to Tucker, and well, in the big gap between the legs, but the ball found it.
As you mentioned with that third man there, you can see, I think it's Andy McBride there at the short third man. Given Curtis Camphor's a deep point, it would be good to actually see McBride go a lot finer there for that nick, and that's kind of what he's there for, is that edge where we've seen at least 6 or 7 boundaries go through to that third man boundary.
Pace on there from McCarthy, and that was probably a byproduct of what we were saying earlier. The sweeper is just a little bit squarer than usual, and that was just a conventional drive through extra cover, and there was too much work to do for Gareth Delaney out there to stop the second run.
You don't mind that too much. Sometimes T20 cricket is about missing well. It's not always about getting perfect, but if you're going to miss, he's at least outside the off stump. He's full enough where there's a deep cover and there's a long off out there. He'll certainly take 2 as opposed to erring 2 straight where he's able to clip it over the leg side.
The wide signalled against Barry McCarthy there. Just again, see what the plan is. He's getting it ever so slightly wrong.
You can see McCarthy chatting to the umpire there as Zadran moved across his crease, and McCarthy has the right to actually move his ball fairly wide, but in that situation I think the umpire got it right, where McCarthy went even further across than Zadran did in his movement.
Brilliant from McCarthy. Pace off again. 2 deliveries in a row, pace on. And he goes back to that cutter, and it's been an excellent delivery for him today. He's really getting a lot of purchase from this pitch at Stormers. That does seem to be the way to go, as always, really, here. Those cutters bowled into the pitch really are just stopping a little bit.
Zadran with an almighty swing at that ball, and he's 8 off 12 deliveries at the death there. I'm sure he won't be happy with how that's going. However, still, to make good contact, you need to have that stable base and be still enough to make that good contact.
This time he does make contact. It's an easy single out to Camphor at that deep backward point fielder we were talking about. Brings Rashid Khan on strike. He's been just a little bit starved a strike since he's come in. Just faced the 3 deliveries. Zadran has been dotting up a little bit at the other end.
Rashid Khan is famous for his helicopter shot a la MS Dhoni, and with square leg and fine leg up in the ring, if he does get anything slightly too straight, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for that flick. Yeah. However, so far, the execution has been spot on.
Yeah, it is interesting to see this field has not changed. The plan, it looks like it is going to stay the same to hide it outside off to Rashid Khan. It's in the air, down to long off, and it's taken down there. George Dockrell long off makes no mistake. That's a massive wicket for Ireland, giving what we know Rashid Khan can do at the back end of an innings. He went to the slower ball outside off. Rashid Khan looks we've got a decent piece of it, but it is a big hit out there to that wide long off area. And Dockrell makes no mistake.
I'd say the tacticians behind The Irish team here would be very happy with that. We saw Rashid Khan go with the big swish and that helicopter-style shot, but keeping the ball out there is keeping it out of his arc, and that was very much a set play to do at the death. This boundary out in the offside is slightly bigger than the one on the leg side too, so having those deep fielders on the offside, it's absolutely paid off.
Good planning, good execution from Ireland. Brings us to the end of the 18th. Afghanistan, 147 for 7.
What you waiting for? Today looks bright with a good chance of getting stuff done.
Tomorrow begins today with NatWest.
Navin Ul-Haq is the new man. But he will be at the non-striker's end as Adair comes in to bowl first ball of the 20th. Oh, that's unfortunate. You could see there Adair just stumbled a little bit on his follow-through, banging delivery, leading edge, looped over his head. I think if he didn't have to take that step to rebalance himself, I think he had a really good chance of getting back, taking that catch.
You can see Ireland playing with the slight change in the boundary sizes, where this over they've opted to go for a stronger leg side field with fine leg, deep square leg and cow corner out and long on. So there's 4 out on the leg side. Looks like it's going to be into the wicket here. Fairly straight. So you see there, into the wicket, fairly straight, but picked up absolutely beautifully by Zadran and put over the rope for 6.
Perhaps it's a bit too straight from Mark Adair. That one just, that line, not really threatening the body at all with that bumper, and it's just very easy for Zadran just to swivel on it and help it over short fine.
I think his miss there was almost length as well, going a little bit too short, and then also the line a little bit too down leg side. When you've got long on out as well, you can afford to be slightly fuller. But the line has to be very, very straight with mid-off up in the ring. Excellent shot and great execution from Zadran.
Hit hard again, and that one is absolutely massive. Big leg side boundary there. Adair went pace off instead of the full pace bumper. Harry Tector was interested for half a second, but that ball just kept flying away over the mid-wicket fence.
It's another great pick up into the wicket here from Adair, and he's just stepped through and picked that up beautifully. Looking at that shot compared to the one in the previous over, he's much stiller, he's much more stable, and it's looking to time the ball effectively. And you can see the distance was easily carried, going about 10 to 15 metres over the rope straight into the fence.
It's a sign that he's probably reading it out the hand very well. The quicker bumper he was able to hit over fine leg, and the slower ball as this one goes over extra cover this time. Adair goes wide, outside off with his mid-off fielder inside the ring. Oh, that's easy pickings at this stage of the game. 3 boundaries in a row for Zadran.
This could be a game-changing knock from Zadran. We spoke about how he was only 8 off 12 balls. He's now 27 off 16. And this is the miss that you don't want. Mid-off up in the ring. And Adair's gone full and wide. It's 2 easy pickings, and that's exactly what you're looking for as a batter. So we've seen a change in the field now with long off going back and fine leg coming up into the ring. We might see a change in tactic here from Adair too.
Looks for a straight Yorker this time. Doesn't quite get the length, but it's like you said, it's a good miss. They come back for the second. They take on George Dockrell, but perhaps throwing to the wrong end. The bowler's end was the danger end, but I don't think Mark Adair actually got back to the stumps there, so I don't think he had the option to go to the bowler's end. Zadran moves on to 27 of 17 deliveries now. 1 ball remaining in this Afghanistan innings.
It's remarkable. 18 off the last 4 balls from Zadran, and all of a sudden he's striking at almost 200 and potentially put Afghanistan in the stronger position here. Final ball of the innings coming up.
Looks for that Yorker. He's missed its length, but he hasn't timed it at all, and Harry Tector comes round, and it's an easy 2 to end the innings. You have to say, just talk about momentum in T20 cricket. That over has given Afghanistan lots of it.